Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Friday, January 6th, 2023. I'm like many of you watching this video. I was very excited about today because the Supreme Court was going to meet and discuss the Brunson case. Now, probably like most of you, I realized that even though it was going to be discussed today, we probably wouldn't get news. What we're hearing is that news will come out on Monday. Let me show you where I first read that. Okay, Rayland Brunson put this out on Telegram yesterday and basically just reminded everybody that the schedule of posting decisions is always the Monday following conferences. And then just a reminder to everybody to pray, and they've got resilience, and it was just a really heartening message and just a reminder that Monday is when we would get some news. I have heard that the whatever was decided today has already been recorded. It's going to be distributed via mainstream media on Monday. Now, that's not the only thing happening on Monday, January 9th, which is why I put January 9th as the title of tonight's read and discussion. There's a lot of chatter that the financial situation systems that are going to be changing, that there's been activity in that regard. Now, as you know, I don't follow that closely. I'm not a big wheeler dealer. I just trust that if there ever is a change, it's going to be one-to-one, and life will go on pretty much, uninterrupted for me. Now, I know people that have dabbled in currencies and things like that have a whole different perspective on that. And there's enough people doing the financial speculating and reading and what have you that I don't want to get into that. But I did read that there has been an unprecedented amount of private planes coming in from banking institutions, corporate planes coming into Reno for meetings at the revaluation center, and that the similar types of things are happening wherever those big redemption centers are. So it does look like there's some news happening in that regard. Now, we know in the United States, 46 is never going to get credit for any kind of a revaluation or what have you, because that was all put into place despite him and before him. So we kind of know we have to somehow or another say our adieus to 46 before that's going to change for the United States. That's just the way it is. Okay. But it's an interesting time to be alive, isn't it? There's so much going on, and it looks like some of it's going to be revealed to us on Monday, whether it's financial, whether it's the Brunson decision, whether it's something else. And why I say something else is, here's something interesting. Two very different sources, or they would seem to be. Julie Green Ministries is prophesizing that there's going to be some big surprising changes in news happening in the very near future. Interestingly enough, astrologist Joni Patry says the same thing. Let me show you her most recent newsletter, and I'll have a link to it in my description box. Okay, so Joni was talking about how because we are coming out of planets being in retrograde, that when they get direct, people change their minds. It's a time of change, and there's going to be some just surprising changes, according to her. Okay, because she says when they change directions from retrograde to direct, okay, people wake up. There's new thought processes that are evident to them, and we have seen people slowly, the mistrust in the mainstream media is at an all-time high. A recent poll, and I already reported on this, said 85% of Americans polled don't trust the MSM for accurate information. 85%. It doesn't mean they're looking for alternatives yet, but they understand that they're not listening to trustworthy sources. It's kind of a blessing in disguise that they have worked so hard to brainwash and push a narrative that it became obvious even to the densest of us They weren't reporting the news, but trying to craft policy and opinions. So, hey, MSM, you did us a favor. Well, with all that in mind, that there are some big changes that are being anticipated, both on the faith front, the astrology front that looks at patterns with our star systems, okay, with the Brunson decision coming on Monday, with the air traffic in and out of redemption centers and banks having so much activity going on. It looks like we're going to be hearing something on Monday. Now, I want to just ask the cards tonight. I'm recording this, as I said, on Friday, January 6th. So what I would like to ask the universe is for those of us now, and I apologize if you're watching and you're not in the United States, I am going to make this question and read specific to the United States because while some things are global, the faith-based prophecies, the astrology situations, the Brunson case is US specific. So that's an added layer that we can get some information on. So I want to ask the universe, for those of us in America who are awake and not buying the mainstream media, what is our mood and outlook going to be like Monday? And is there insights and information that we should be aware of leading up to Monday and navigating our way through it? So once all the anticipated news is available to us, what will the general mood and outlook be for those who are awake and, like you and I, aren't buying the mainstream narrative? Let's find out. Okay, universe, what do you want us to know about what will our mood and outlook be like on Monday? Is there advice and information? Yay. Oops, I need to turn the whole deck around, which shows that I don't look at them before I pick them up. Okay, we got the Hangman, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, the Devil, and the Seven of Cups. So here's what I'm getting so far. Those of us that aren't buying the mainstream media, that look other places for information and insights. Monday, we're indicated by the Hanging Man. he is looking at things in a new way, getting some aha moments, and I think that's a beautiful card to indicate those of us asking this question. Okay, I also have a feeling it's a little bit of information right there for us, that the situation is going to be, there are going to be some of the information available to us on Monday is going to be truly news to us. So let's see what happens. We've got the King of Pentacles showing up, which is a success card, okay? A generosity card. So it looks like we're going to get some favorable news on Monday. I'm not seeing the kind of cards that indicate justice, okay? With the Pentacles going up here and the King being one of generosity. I think we're going to be pleased on Monday, but I don't know that we're going to be thoroughly pleased with what we hear coming from the Supreme Court or the financial quarter. Okay, in the recent past, we have the Knight of Wands showing up. Now, except for the fact that he's a restless energy, he's a really good, positive, doesn't back down from a challenge, and needs to be just occasionally, he can be a little reckless. So he benefits from guidance. But obviously he wouldn't be a knight if he didn't accept that guidance and work with it. which is a good thing. Now, here's a really happy card here. We have the Nine of Cups. So it looks like something we're going to hear on Monday is going to be pretty satisfying. It really is. I don't think we need to brace ourselves for bad news, but it looks like what we might need to brace ourselves for is not getting everything we hoped for, not getting the full answer, response, judgment, whatever the case may be. It may not all be available to us to celebrate on Monday, but we are going to be pretty happy. Let's look at the near future. In that one, we have the Two of Cups showing an agreement. So it looks like on Monday, there's going to be some kind of an agreement that is announced, whether that's for the speaker or some way to move forward from the decision we'll be hearing from the Brunson case. We need to keep our expectations reasonable and not let ourselves get our hopes so high that we get discouraged. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than not as happy as I hope to be. And I hope you're the same way. I say that because aspecting this is the Devil card, which is one of temptation. And the only time he's a good card to see is when you're getting a thumbs up that, yeah, you should go ahead and take that chance. You've been playing it too safe. Well, the government hasn't been playing it safe. They've been playing fast and loose with our money and laundering it through FTX, and the list goes on and on and on. So the shenanigans are still showing up in our near future. Okay, so while we have an agreement that is going to be one that makes a lot of us happy, okay, there are some choices that are still being made in the near future. There's some possible outcomes. This one tends to be a little bit of wishful thinking. So we're getting, I think, told that if we thought on Monday we were going to get a full and positive answer to the Brunson case or announcements about Nasara, Jasara, that would be wishful thinking. But are we going to hear something that can make us feel positive and have a positive outlook? I think, yeah, absolutely. Let's get a few other cards and see what we're being told. We have the Hermit card, okay? And he's shining a light on us, those asking the question. So just a little nod that our divine and off-world energy help is very aware that we need some changes going forward, and they need to be public, okay? That awareness is there, and I think in time, disclosures will be available in full, but not on Monday. But we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Hierophant's showing up on the other side here. Now, he always indicates, for me, while he can be wise, he's the kind of wise that says, oh, don't read for yourself. Just listen to me. I'll tell you what you want to know. And he often symbolizes the deep state. So the deep state, even in the near future, is still going to be a factor, even though it's a fading factor of our existence and our reality. Because a lot of the elements that are involved with the deep state, as we move to higher vibrational states of being, just personally, it's going to make it very uncomfortable for those that needed us to stay in 3D. And yeah, so let's keep making them uncomfortable. Let's avoid that fear, not generate any loosh, find ways to be happy and enjoy our lives despite whatever is going on the world stage. Okay. Queen of Cups is showing up. She is a card of emotional intelligence. We're being told that we're wise to do that. Use our wisdom when we have temptations, okay? Use our wisdom with the news we get, okay? Be reasonable in your expectations so you can be pleasantly surprised. And the last card today, Queen of Pentacles, showing up here on top of the other King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is she's generous, yes, but she is also about being secure and abundance and tranquility. So we do have some good financial news that is headed our way, even if it's not given to us in full, while 46 apparently is still doing his resident things. I'm trying to be careful what I say. Okay, so that's it for the read. I do have a couple of announcements if you want to stick around for them. They don't have anything to do with this read. Let's recap. It looks like on Monday we will have some news. It's some news that isn't discouraging. It's going to be encouraging, but it may not be everything we hoped for. Okay, and like I said, since 46 is not going to ever be allowed to be the the person celebrated for a financial switchover and change. I don't see that as happening, even though there might be some nice announcement like something coming our way that's not titled that, a bonus, a some kind of a, surviving a superinflation thing or whatever. So that's a possibility. But the actual rollout and official one, plus there is a timeline. Once NESARA is officially announced, then there have to be worldwide elections within a certain time frame. And I don't know that they're ready for that either. But they are ready to move forward in a really good way. Now, remember, where we put our thoughts and we create our reality with them. So let's just, like I said, it's one thing to have reasonable expectations, but make them be super positive. I know on Monday I'm going to wake up and hear some good news. It may not be enough to make me go dance in the street in the ice and snow, but I'm going to hear some good news. And my world is changing for the better. And every day, more and more children are rescued and safe and getting a chance at a normal life. And more cures are coming to us, more technologies being made available to us. So there's great changes headed our way. And we're making it happen by expecting it and picturing it. And I think that's really beautiful that we can, even from wherever we're sitting, we can help make that change because we create our reality by how we picture it. So picture good stuff. Okay, now for the announcements. On the third Sunday of every month, I host a short meditation, and this month will be no different. It's going to happen on the 15th of the month on Sunday, so a week from this Sunday, 9 days from now. I would like to ask that the focus for this meditation be regarding attachments, that we need to increase our awareness of what attachments are and how we can and should remove them from ourselves. And sometimes it needs to be done on a daily basis. It doesn't take all that much time out of your day. But just be mindful that there is energy out there that wants to hijack ours. But we have complete control over what we allow once we know we have that power. So we're going to talk about some strategies and just some affirmations that can make that happen. And any positive intention is welcome. Absolutely. So you're welcome to join us for that meditation on Sunday. I'll have a live stream scheduled and up in the next few days. And as always, I will put something on the community page kind of outlining how we set up our protections and what have you. Then one last thing. This Saturday and Sunday, in future weeks, shortly it's going to go to just once a week. We're going to still follow through with my thought on having a subscriber or viewer spotlight where we let someone just, one of our regular folk that participate with the channel in some way or, provide energy. Let them have a few minutes to talk about how they woke up, any skills and abilities they have, that kind of process, and just helps us to put some faces and voices with the names that we just see, in written format during the live streams or in the comments. So there'll be one each day this weekend. Now, these are being done in addition to my usual schedule of putting a video out to you. Okay, so they're not in lieu of them. I just wanted you to be aware that they are going to happen. Every time I meet with someone, I do try to offer to do a personal read for them. And so far, those personal reads have happened off camera, and that is absolutely the discretion of the person that is getting that read. So I will try to put a note on those. Currently, you're just going to meet that person. You're not going to hear a tarot read that was done for them. It's just the way it is. They're in charge of it. I'm not an investigative journalist trying to get them to divulge things they didn't want to divulge, okay? But to share the best part of themselves that they wish to share. So anyway, if you're interested in being a spotlight person, you can email me. It would be a while before I get to you because I've had a lot of interest, but just thought I'd throw that out there and let you know. So that's it for this video. Thank you for the extra time I took tonight that you gave me so I could make these announcements. I do appreciate it. I don't take your time for granted. I try not to waste it. And this weekend, as we navigate our way through to January 9th, and whatever news does happen to us that looks like we're going to be feeling pretty good about. Okay, let's make sure that we're where shenanigans don't stop. So if there's some preparations you can make just in case shenanigans did switch things up for us a little bit, a little extra food on hand, gas in the car, a little extra cash at your house if you have it, wouldn't be. And then situational awareness as you go out. Okay, make sure you know where your exits are and kind of watch who's around you. Stay safe. Okay, not that it's dangerous, but it's always good to be in charge of your path in life and looking out for yourself. There's no guilt in that, no shame. We're supposed to. Until next time, I wish you love and light and all things bright.